What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hard Carry, where we're carrying CDL Major 4 matches straight to you. We're here today with the elimination finals, OpTic Texas versus Atlanta Faze. One team's going to move on to face LA Thieves in the finals. One team's going to go home in third place. Which one's which? Let's find out now.
Both of them versus LAT, and the biggest thing that stood out for me was the SMG play. Whenever those guys go off, the game is just a lot easier. Wasn't the best performance from Hook, wasn't the best performance from Shotzi, so I'm looking at we were in venue with fans for this match because I can imagine what the energy will be
OpTic
like.
13-3 on this map.
For both squads, obviously it stands out drastically.
They were a little bit slacking on their match against the LA Thieves in the winners finals. I think they just need a little bit of a push. Was that enough of a push to get them back into form? Let's see.
To get back in form and hard point, it's all about those rotations, man. In the series versus LA that they just recently played, out of 23 hard points, they only won rotations 7 times. So gotta get the fundamentals back on your side.
Yeah, that is a stat nugget if I've ever heard one. 7 out of 23 rotations. That is not going to win you games, especially on a map like Mercado. But take a quick look already at the spawns. That is something that we will be continuing to talk about on Mercado Las Almas. Bottom side of the map is what you're going to look for. Currently, Texas has that in their possession. But
him and
kick off this series,
had a
buddy.
really bad
it's been a fun one all season
against
long,
the
a
LA
historical
Thieves.
one between these teams, between these franchises, these organizations. We'll see if Atlanta can finally get something going, right? We talk about history-wise, Jay. Faze only have 1 W going back to last year in Vanguard.
Yeah, you got to be able to figure it out. Versus the best hardpoint team in the game in OpTic Texas. They have already a great start to this game. With them starting off on bad side, you hit your nades, you win a couple key gunfights, and you're already able to flip those spawns to try to chain it over towards P2. So now if you are Atlanta Faze, you have to try to find an angle to break on in. Slasher starting off with that kill onto Ghosty. Now it puts them in 2 different positions to set up a pinch.
Let's go, OpTic.
2 players from one side, 2 players from the other.
Shotzi, let's
he's
go.
handling business toward the alley. The rest of Texas looking to try to do the same thing. A few trades inbound. Faze now with a few more consistent spawns. But it's
there you go, Hook. There you go,
really
Hook. There you go, Hook.
A lovely little triple. My God, Hook, welcome back. A slow series when it came down to their last matchup versus Thieves, but he is picking up the pace early on here on Mercado, Jay.
And that's how you get the energy going. Getting plays like that to happen nice and early into this series is definitely going to give you some
Good
momentum.
50-point lead, maybe it'd be a 60-point lead.
They're coming off of the loss. Atlanta Faze coming off of that Game 5 victory. So you had to come out in map number 1 and make a statement. And already the SMGs are firing on all cylinders. Full 60 over towards the P2 is not going to force Atlanta Faze off the rotation. Yeah, 2 people watching the middle of the map, but all about the Texas. They're trying to strike from the front. Sip has to be ready.
On the season, Faze have struggled with their rotations here versus Texas, and right now they need it.
Oh, Simp.
Oh, one more bullet.
He almost got Dashy.
Would have done the trick. This is a huge team fight to kick off here at 10. Stallion doing what he can, tosses out a trophy, and it's Texas once more, reigning on top. Feels like one more bullet maybe from Simp totally changes the dynamic of that team fight, but it's an early Texas break closing in on 100.
And it's not like OpTic Texas did anything special right there. They just had 3 bodies pushed through the front door, win a couple trades, and then Dashy eventually comes out on top. If you are Atlanta Faze, those are the moments when you're rotating nice and early, you're setting up the way you want to, you cannot get as easily broken as that was for OpTic Texas, as they're able to get a good 45 seconds off of that 10 hill. Now off the rotation, Atlanta Faze now have to respond once again with a great hold, but already Shotzi finds himself in a great position off the pinch. Slasher takes care of him though. That's the first guy you have to worry about.
It feels like for Faze, you just want to slow things down a bit. I know Barbershop may not be the hard point for that, but just get a moment to breathe. Allow for the Texas speed to maybe slow down just a bit. Slasher looking to do that from the back lines. So far has been consistent throughout this hard point, but for the rest of the teammates, you cannot say the same. Like I said, Jay Slasher, he's doing his job, but it does not matter. Texas run on forward. They break the hard point, thankfully. Due to Slasher's play, he stays alive, leads the charge. Back and forth we go.
Back and forth we go, and that's another play where someone on OpTic Texas makes it happen. Ghosty from the back alley, he finds 3 to find the break. You spawn all of Atlanta Faze across the map, and now you're just keeping this Barbershop hill scrappy. Exactly what you want to do when you had the lead that you do is Hook wins that one-on-one versus
Still a
Celium.
100-point lead there
But I
for
feel
OpTic.
like I'm like a broken
Great
record already
fucking
into
start.
this map. Number one had landed Faze in a position to win the rotation again, but the setup has to be better. OpTic Texas trying to set up the break from dark, from middle alley, and Hoop is going to go for that long right on the deep pinch.
Good work from the Tourney there. Simply Easy in tandem together. They will have the
Two big
cleanup
kills
there. Down by 100 Faze already. Trying to lead the charge back. We know here on Mercado J, you can really chain a few of these hard points together, and we've got ourselves a map again. But this expedition of the mountain starts right now here for Faze. They can handle with the pressure up toward the front. Shotzzy having a hand in finding a pair. Looking to cause some chaos, cause a bit of controversy. And Slasher once more trying to be the beacon of hope and be the consistent piece. Right now here for Atlanta, 13-7.
Getting close
Taking over right now for the squad. Final skirmishes actually go down over at the old hard point, so it's Texas who walk away with the scrap as now we head back toward the cantina.
Yeah, you can fight for that if you are OpTic Texas. 100-point lead. You already have a couple players off the rotation. You're just trying to set up your SMGs to go for a pinch. As trades go back and forth in towards green. And now it's on Sip. Slow start to this hard point. Can he try to turn it around? He finds Ghosty in the point, finds a second on Taboo. And Atlanta
Sip,
so far
3 big kills.
Sip is able to find 3 and hold it on the first push. Atlanta now able to set up.
I don't know about you, Jay, but this is just, I mean, a series where you want to see Sim take over. We've seen the moments from Celium. We've seen Slasher have his moments. Obviously, a Beezy, unbelievable play in that last series. It just
3 down for OpTic.
It's going to get stopped by anybody.
4.
It feels like Sim has got to be that guy, but he and the rest of the crew fall by the wayside. Another big break coming in from Texas. Really just maintaining a 100-point lead. It feels like right now OpTic Texas have quickly got right back in that flow state. Inside of the HP, we'll step aside and see how the comms are sounding with what you have to imagine is a confident OpTic.
Back out. Blue car and back out. Blue car and back out.
I got one.
Blue car.
Watch out, back out. RV, hold on.
I'm already. He's hard.
Last guy's gonna be alley. He's on me. P4. On me. P4.
Help him.
Hard stun.
Yeah, I
He's dead. Another one mid. Got it. A BZ. Might jump over the wall.
got it, dead.
Wait, I spawned.
I got a brick spawn.
Nothing bricks.
Two fucking
bricks.
I'm ironing P4.
Nothing bricks.
One before they do it back alley.
I'm ironing
Wait, where are you spawning?
Back alley.
Back alley weak. Back alley.
Back alley and barber truck. Back alley and barber truck. Last 2. Back alley, barber truck. Last guy, barber truck.
He's challenging weak. Nice, good shit.
They're gonna be 10. They're gonna be 10. They're gonna be
I have my bricks. I have your.
Wait, yo, I'm 10. They're all 10.
Yeah, I'm behind 10.
They're literally all 10. Literally all 4 of them. I have your gate. I have your gate.
What's the bricks on me?
They're all bricks. All 3 in bricks. I swear to God. They have to be.
I'm challenging bricks.
Yeah, we're in the middle.
Two middle then.
I just want more.
Bricks dead.
We're up middle.
I got this time.
I'm going green.
Yeah, they're
Yo, they're gonna
One
wrap
guy could
left.
be tunnel. It's Celium.
I already have
Celium up
control.
middle. It's Celium, tunnel, or
One
middle.
guy's L. Hold my hedge. I have tunnel.
Nothing hitting.
One guy's L. One guy's L.
I hear you.
I have your short right now. Nothing short at.
Wait for kills.
Yo, I shot their trophy up time. I shot their trophy on top.
Yeah,
One guy's
one
L.
guy's yellow man.
And that's just poetry in motion. I mean, you literally hear the entire team giving correct callouts. You obviously hear Ghosty, who has been labeled as that human UAV, basically doing exactly what he needs to, giving out the spawns, giving out the right calls, and
24 points to
Slang has been there.
be
It's
able
not
to
a
win here
dramatic
for
Slang
OpTic.
advantage, but these kills obviously are impactful. 226 to 96. Jay, does Faze have a hope still?
Faze definitely have a hope if they can try to flip those spawns towards the P2 side, but OpTic Texas looking like they're going to turn it up nice and slow. It's only 22 seconds till they're able to take map number 1, but they find a couple kills on the map. They might decide to put some pressure on. But they're just thinking about the big picture. We cannot die on this side of the map. We can definitely win it at the next hill, because they're just playing super safe, forcing Atlanta Faze to make something happen.
Yeah, potentially the final hard point. Already here on Mercado, we head back toward the cantina for the 3rd time. Can Faze
but Dashi
finally
able to kill him.
managed to break it,
One person
or at
up
least
top,
rather hold
Slasher.
it. It's been an inverse situation so far. The opportunities that we've been here, 230-101, obviously just 20 more points for Texas before they can lock this one up. But this has so far been a statement game. Many wondering how would Texas begin to reply after losing both hard points to LA Thieves, and so far
OpTic, 3 big
it's
kills.
clean.
Oh, Shotzzy, there we go.
You'd like it's 4 down as we
That's the
adjust.
Shotzzy I want to
4
see,
points
baby.
away
That's the
from
Shotzzy I
hard
want
point
to see.
coming to a close, and there it is, 100
Yes. See, they just needed a little bit of confidence, man. They lost it a little bit against that LA Thieves crew, but man, they are flying and frying right now as OpTic take map 1. against Atlanta Faze. Wow. Shotzi was flying around. Ghosty was shooting good. Hook was getting going a little bit. And Dashy doing what Dashy does. Dashy do what Dashy does. Like, you can't really stop Dashy whenever he gets going. Great first map from OpTic. Can they keep it going to maybe knock out Atlanta Faze from Major 4? Shotzi 24-16, Dashy 21-15, Hook 22-18, and Ghosty 16-15, leaving Simp 14-22. Celium, the only one positive. No, Slasher was positive. 21-20, and Slasher was 18-17. Let's see if we can find Mercado search.
Fight what we just saw. Control has not. So, moving into the search destroy, do you feel like, given the way that Texas just came out, that if FaZe loses this search destroy, this series could be over quick?
Oh yeah, without question, man.
Okay.
Every single matchup throughout the year, S&D has been what Atlanta Faze have been trying to bank on to take down OpTic Texas, because the respawns are heavily in favor of the green wall. So on a map where you're undefeated first in every category, this is a must-win for Atlanta Faze. They're going to be the team starting off on defense. You know, those teams has any trophy systems to work with, so you will get some information with those tack usages. But slow and steady is going to be able to win the race. You know you can't put pressure over towards head side without any trophies. OpTic Texas, full control of green already.
And there's been a lot of conversations about, is the Signal 50 actually being used by the pros? I'm not sure if you've been on social media or not, but Cell, he's rocking it regardless. So, you know, we'll leave that up to the players to try to figure out. But MC definitely going to keep it out for the moment here at round number 1. Still yet to see a pick. Right now, Texas full control over A, despite a roaming Celium. As MacArthur will have to put that one to good use. Spots a dolphin diving Ghosty.
Anyway.
And from there, it gets red. Catching out
But
was ultimately a confident player.
Down,
MC falls. Abizi at least lightens the load. 2v3.
2v3 now. Tiny Terrorist putting the pressure on through head. They try to go for the baited switch to take down Dashy, but he's just putting down cover fire. He's setting up his teammates to try to find these final couple of kills. Shotzi takes down Sid. Only 17 seconds left. Abizi has to make a miracle happen. We've seen it happen in his very last series, but just not that much time. And OpTic Texas are not the squad to give up those rounds.
Once Abizi gets in your shit with that silence.
Hook finds the first blood. Communication on point to go for the bait and switch onto Celium. Then you hold down your power positions, find the trades to take round 1.
It just feels like everybody from Texas, is fans included, are like, okay, how much time is left? Abizi's still alive? Okay, there's still a chance. Like, let's just hang out in the corner. Let's not give this guy any opportunities. But as you said, buddy, I mean, just earlier on, it felt like over-aggression slightly there from Celium. Felt like he had a guarantee. Texas, beautiful bait and switch. They grab round 1. FaZe eager to answer, trying to get some confidence on board. As we said, Signal still out. And that is an excellent nade. Abizi, the first blood master, receiving the opposite end this time. Drops early. We'll see how FaZe look to respond now.
And you can already tell OpTic Texas do their homework. Every time Atlanta Faze play this map, it's always Abizi being super aggressive in towards bottom green. They stun the door open. They throw 2 nades in to find that first blood. So it's already 2-0 in favor of OpTic Texas. Atlanta Faze have to try to clutch up in the 3v4. Just don't give them an easy angle. You're at least able to spot Celium. Know that the pressure's still coming over towards A. We might potentially see Shotzi go for that wall bang towards middle map again.
Yeah, we've seen them do that multiple times. And actually, I think versus a few teams recently, actually know it could be inbound. FaZe with the plant. Now up to Texas to retake. Cell still yet to see much with that sniper. Knows the Dashy's lingering toward the back, but now he and Ghosty in together. Every single angle right now being attacked from Texas. Another one.
One more. Celium
felt like it was a guarantee. Cell hits a shot, but that is the only kill that FaZe will get in this round. Clean work from OpTic as they find themselves up now 2-0.
Yeah, they set them up in the trap. Once you find the first blood, you know all of Atlanta Faze is over towards green side. So Hook takes a lot of ground through the middle of the map. Basically traps them at the back alley. And once they get that bomb down, just too many angles that you have to worry about. Shotzi makes his way through tunnel. He's able to find 2. Somehow, some way. He's able to stay alive and then Celium with that sniper in hand. Not going to be able to get it done. OpTic Texas, flawless so far in the S&D.
To round 3 we go. So many question marks on how Texas were going to come out and play. And they've already taken it to the side of Faze. Round 3, huge one confidence-wise for Atlanta. Shotzzy, well, he popped silence and everybody drops a matter of seconds. Just trying to set that one up in terms of how our Faze is going to come out as they desperately need a round like this. And, well, they answer quickly, answer swiftly. 4 fall in about, I don't know, 3 seconds, Jay.
And that was already the difference from round 1 defense to round 3 defense. You have some trophy systems to work with, so now you can be aggressive over towards Hedge. As they're able to get the first blood and a non-stop pressure in towards green. 6-second round right there for Atlanta Faze to find every single kill to finally get one on the board. Now back on the attack they go, though. All out aggression once again towards green.
Yep, no surprise into green, aka Cantina. You can see both bomb signs be attacked, but obviously A, the more common one. You see where Texas are focusing their attention based on where that utility has been tossed. It may have distracted OpTic and think that maybe a B push could be inbound, maybe even a rotation. However, not at all the case. In reality, it is Dashy. Actually, with the LAB out, actually a funny situation. Basically has the same spot happen where Celium got caught. Dashy at least stays alive for the moment, but a quick trade now leads us into the 3v3 time. Still not too much of a factor. And really right now for Texas, Jay, it just looks like maybe trying to set up a push into the barbershop, maybe through back alley.
Yeah, this is going to be the duo work out of Ghosty and Hook. Peyton switch, 1, 2, 3, let's go. They go for the double chow. Perfect teamwork to take down Celium. Atlanta Faze were looking like they were going to try to work that bomb plan, but once Celium drops, your flank is now open. You try to go for the rotation. Ghosty's there to cut you off. Now it's all up to Slasher. 1v3.
Hey, your Slasher is just like, okay, all my teammates are falling. I might as well, I guess, just play it down. The bomb dodges a nade. Rather, dodges a snipe there coming in from Dashy. No, not going to happen. Wonderful coordination there for Texas through the back alley. I think that was Celium who they dropped from there. They utilized those numbers. Retaking, not a problem right now for OpTic.
Second best defensive team on the map.
Was a good
so
play
far, they
right
are clutching up in every round on that side. As Shotzzy opens up with the first blood, you force it to a 3v3. But then the communication, the teamwork out of Ghosty and Hook to know that one player is definitely watching that flank. You time it perfectly on the 3-2-1 count. You find that kill. And you basically keep Atlanta Faze trapped towards A until they try to hit that rotation through the middle of the map. But Ghosty's too smart for that. Reads that play. You leave Slash in a 1v3. You play the trade. OpTic Texas back on top 3-1.
Very impressive run so far for Texas. Faze again in need of a reply, and wonderful work coming in from Hook. He does eventually get traded, but it's Shotzzy and Ghosty who come out on top in that team fight. Simp, Chris Lair, the only player that remains, was on the opposite side of the map. Vaznev, a blade in hand. But it is him solely in a situation where Faze needs him most. I was going to say if he turns around, it could have been a chance to catch a few players off the roto. However, going to have to make another jaunt across Mercado and running right into the jaws of Texas Shirley.
1v3. You get the information onto Dashy, but you're OpTic Texas. Just make sure you play for the trade. Do not give him one-on-one gunfights. He's able to find the first, but both players from OpTic strike immediately to not let anything fishy happen. But that round all comes down to the SMG pressure out of OpTic Texas. Hook with the first, Shotzzy with the trade. Once you take full control of Hedge, and you find all 3 kills on that side of the map. Simp is usually the guy that's playing over towards B. And I love the rotation to wrap that bomb over towards B, because you know Simp, he's waiting for his opportunity, especially if you get that bomb down towards A. So many angles you have to watch. You 3-man push through the tunnel, you get the bomb down, and you close out the round. Atlanta Faze, they need to start showing me something, but OpTic Texas, they're not playing to what Atlanta Faze expect them to do. They're expecting non-stop pressure towards Cantinas, but that's not worked out since. OpTic Texas just slow and steady on the retakes every time.
Just changed up the strats. Another first blood. Simp, he falls too. Abizi at least able to find one. He and Slasher do the same. So a 2v4, now turns into a 2v2. But Shotzzy is here. Now it's a 1v1. Ghosty versus Abizi. Oh, Abizi able to grab it. You would have loved to have seen Dan walk away with a fight like that. And a little smirk coming through from Abe keeps him honest. And my God, was that a gunfight you needed if you're Faze?
And that's a 2v4 clutch, Lando. Abizi finds 3, Slasher finds 1, but what a chow, Oliver Abizi. You know, confidence in this young man is definitely through the roof after that last series.
No doubt.
He's not worried about his one-on-ones. So Atlanta Faze are able to stop the bleeder for now, but now we're into the swing mode.
But here comes a quick hit again.
Trying to be super aggressive
Quick
into
fight.
his Cantinas, but they don't reach Shotzi through the middle of the map. He finds another first blood for OpTic Texas.
He just instantly gets control on the other side out of Cantina. So he just wraps it, and they instantly put Faze into a trap. MC quickly left into a 1v3.
Nicely done from OpTic there.
Texas,
1 round away from taking map 2.
making Cantina look like their home. They just surround it. Say, Faze, come out with your hands up. And quite literally caught red-handed. Cell drops in the final engagement. Clean S&D all game long for OpTic. 1 round away.
Game point for the boys in green. The Green Goblins has the SMG duo over there on OpTic's side.
I like that.
Now put themselves at game point. You got a trophy system. Let's not slow down. Time to set the tone. This time it's sent through the tunnel, though. He finds the first blood. Tries to go for the second, but the rookie and Ghosty takes him down. 3v2.
Oh, and Slasher thankfully ends up cutting away Shotzi. So with that, now into the 2v2. Celium, gonna say for a moment, I thought he might try to chow there through mid. Ends up staying alive in the tunnel. And now Ghosty, as he starts to wrap back, I believe MC has heard a few of these steps, wins the gunfight. And now with that, has some clearance for Slasher as that bomb
1v2
very carefully
to try to push
makes its
OpTic
way
into
back
2-0.
into A. Only Bruce remains. A 1v2 to call map.
Dashi is playing it super slow. Slasher has a trophy system. Producer Celium also does not have dead silence. Dashi also has a trophy as well, so it's not going to be slow and steady. Try to make your way around the map. You have to try to win these gunfights. So he wraps his way towards back banana. At least he gets some info. The players are definitely in towards green.
He's got info. What's he going to do with it? Time continues to tick. Pops the boot. Slasher from one window to the other. Needs a pick. Needs some crispy shots. As we said, time continuing to become a factor, and now it's desperation mode. Go for something crazy. Bruce not able to come away with the clutch as Faze stay alive for 1 round more.
Yeah, that was the patience out of the ARs. It was the ARs from OpTic Texas versus the ARs on Atlanta Faze. Once Sully was able to get us up a couple sound cues on the positioning of Ghosty, he wins that one-on-one. You get the bomb down. You stall out a lot of that time. And then just make Dashi come to you. As Atlanta Faze slowly starting to come back in this search and destroy. Now down 5-3. Where they have struggled is on their defense, where they like to be aggressive towards Cantina. OpTic has shut it down every single time, and this is a whole new look to another strategy call.
Shotzi right through the middle. Dashi finds a pick. Simp ends up finding one for his respective team as well. Instant trades and footsteps aplenty toward the top side. Celium filling Cantina with lead. Bends to back on up. Maybe allow for Simp to pull off something special. He and Slasher look to join up, and Dashi does have some info. Watching Cell go back and forth. So both teams with information. And after Dashi sees one player across, he's going to give the team the info that we're going to have numbers if we go to B.
Yeah, that's the perfect play call. You see Celium rotate over towards A. So you know that's at least 2 players on the map, but now you have to account for where Slasher is. So that bomb is going to be able to get down for free. 3v3 on the retake. Slasher, you got to take your time because you have that trophy.
Yeah, Faze, we got to get a move on.
No way.
Setting things up. The door is opened. Can Dashi find the pick? Yes, he will. A huge
Nice
one
shot
there
from
for
Dashi.
Bruce. Now bringing things into the 3v2.
2v3.
Sid popping Deddy. Going for the dolphin dive. Is it another snipe for Bruce? Oh, you bet. It's only a hit marker. Faze still alive. As Cell desperately tries to go for the crawl up the top of the window. Simp by his lonesome will fall. And Texas
Nice job. OpTic gonna take map 2, go up 2-0
on land.
on Faze here, on land, sending him one map away from knocking him out of the tournament and sending OpTic to the grand finals. Wow. OpTic finally playing some good freaking Call of Duty after one really bad match against the LA Thieves earlier. Let's check out this final scoreboard here before we move on to map number 3. Ghosty 9-6, Shotsy 9-5. And no one really any good on Atlanta Faze. Not terrible, but not great. So we get into map 3. I think it's El Asilo control.
It's nice to be close to home when it comes down to them. But Jay, so far throughout this series, it has been a tidy one. So
Listen, anything. Atlanta Faze cannot beat OpTic in a control. But the good thing for them is it's not on hotel.
Yeah.
The fact that Asilo was able to slip on through, I got to tip to my hat to the mind games played out of OpTic Texas. They were Team A in this series. They said in their minds, even though we're undefeated versus Atlanta Faze on hotel, we're going to decide to ban it because we've been having a lot of success on El Asilo as of recent. Since Ghosty has entered the lineup, they were 2-5 on this map. Ever since Ghosty has entered it, 4-1 in their last 5. So they have just been taking over compared to Atlanta Faze, who are 2-3 in the last 5 times that they've played it. But every time that they have won it is due to the slaying, the amount of pressure they're able to put on defense. So can they repeat it again early into this map?
it's also been due to the attacks, right, as well. I mean, like I said, Jay, you and I have casted every single one on a hotel. It felt like Texas was pretty much unstoppable on the offense. We'll see if they can do the same thing here now on El Asilo. Ghosty looking to try to put the final dagger here into Faze. Trying to lead the charge, obviously. Be his second grand final appearance in back-to-back tournaments. And obviously looking for that first official dub. But job not finished by any means here versus Atlanta. If we know anything, this team maybe has only just begun. And maybe this map 3, maybe the most difficult one here of the series. But not if Hook has anything to say about it. Lovely little double giving OpTic more map positioning.
Yeah, don't let this guy start to get hot. Because Hook makes gunfights that are very difficult for some people. Very, very easy for himself. But Slasher does a great job of taking care of him. OpTic Texas rotate over towards A. Full control of the left side of the map. It's already 2 segments done. And Atlanta Faze, they might put pressure on it. They're sending everybody to try to contest this. Slasher finds the first of BZ with 2. So it's already going to be broken. OpTic Texas forced to hit that restart button.
It just wasn't the greatest, I guess, hold, if you will, for Texas. And he had Shotsy pushed up. I believe his head gets spotted there from Slasher. Dashy gets naded out, and quickly Faze make light work of it. However, into the B zone we go, as it feels like lately for really every single team on El Asilo. Those attacks starting to become a little bit easier. Teams over the season starting to figure out exactly all the minute details, the timings, everything here on this very map. And right now it has been a contest fest over at the B zone. Nades are out, but it's pretty much all just a start. Texas, hey, a few players dropping off B, no problem. Close spawns at A. Extra minute added on to the clock. 2 more segments to go here for OpTic.
Yeah, I love the split plays right there at OpTic Texas. You're forcing players to commit towards B because you know if you're Atlanta, you don't want to give them that B point with ease. But when they send the 2-2 split, you keep them scattered. And now they're currently leading in the lives department, 18-12. A couple close spawns coming for Atlanta Faze. They have to find these kills or it will get out of hand. Simp does just that by finding 2 before he does get traded by Shotsy. So now you can take a deep breath. It's more of your players are on the right side of the map.
Oh, big one. They're coming in from Hook. Slasher, great shots coming in. They're from Thanos. It is a lovely little affair coming in from those 2. Good work again from Hook. That's not going to be 4 in a row. Maybe in threat of burning that cruise missile. Top party. Oh my! It's a blast. Decorations are up, and it's celebration. It's fireworks as OpTic claim round 1.
Oh, that's just too easy. Right there from OpTic Texas.
Great attack win there from
Consistently
OpTic.
splitting towards both points. Having Atlanta Faze make the decision on which one they want to stop. When they go towards A, you already have players from OpTic Texas up towards B. When they wrap back towards B, we're going to be able to close out this A point. Just beautiful mind games right now from OpTic Texas to secure the first attacking round of the map. just the way that they are playing right now, man, they're so in sync. You can just tell by the crossfires they are setting up, by the teamwork that's on display. OpTic Texas looking like they want to go back to that final.
Yeah, it feels like the hunger is there, and FaZe just have not had an answer. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I think anything outside of a dominant round number 2 from FaZe, I'm a little terrified. Even if they walk away with this round 2, you want to see it be dominant. You want to see Atlanta finally put something solid up on the board, considering it was a 100-point club basically in the opening HP. Only 3 rounds won on the Mercado Search and Destroy, one that you were flawless on. As we said, Control, not been great, but now is the time to become great again. And aBeZy,
2 big kills
trying to
there.
lead the way right now for the roster. And an explosive performance in the last game versus New York. Some incredible clutches, and now trying to do it in the respawns. Pretty much making Elasilo sunny skies. Great weather for the rest of the teammates over for FaZe at the A zone. A quick capture, as now we've got 2 minutes and some change for Atlanta to work with.
Yeah, a lot of time to work with on the side of Atlanta. So how do they decide to put this pressure on? Great angle from Celium. I'm definitely going to use that end rank play.
Right.
Didn't know that that existed. They find a couple kills. This is where you have to turn it up. If you are OpTic Texas, you cannot drop. You already see Dashy spawning across the map. Slasher on the read pinch, but he gets easily read by Hoop. That's such a massive kill. But his teammates already come off spawn. Atlanta FaZe putting pressure up through the field side. But OpTic, as long as they keep trading efficiently, they're doing exactly what they need to do.
A decent dent made aBeZy. Oh, that double would have been huge regardless of it. I was going to say, FaZe were actually pushed up a little further on the map, so obviously it would have been nice when it comes down to the life department, but just not enough Atlanta members off a spawn. Shotzzy, oh my! Be a problem. What a turn on, 1 HP and a dream. And maybe even a nightmare, as FaZe not able to do a thing right now in their base. Shotzzy causing havoc. It feels like it's just a positive if you're getting past that 50-yard line at this point right now for Atlanta. aBeZy currently behind enemy lines, but Shotzzy, a continuous problem, eventually falls. FaZe, with a bit of semblance, now have all 4 players off of the respawn, as they need something special here. 3 ticks to go.
Yeah, with only 40 seconds left, you have to make it happen right here, right now. As you know, all of OpTic Texas, they are just waiting for you to run into them. Atlanta FaZe trying to set up the perfect play. You have aBeZy going on a deep pinch. Celium does get spotted. Sip also gets taken down. So with only 20 seconds left, aBeZy and Slasher have to try to make it happen. Slasher takes down one, but Shotzzy there for the trade. So Slasher's the farthest guy pushed up. You gotta wait for your teammates to get into play.
Oh, it's a big gunfight. Celium ends up finding one onto Dashy. Shotzzy, meanwhile, ends up finding one through the fence. Hook, the other member, trying to do some work.
Oh my!
Oh, it's special. Oh, it's intense. It's Ghosty. Ends up beaming a few as well. FaZe holding on by a thread as we continue to exchange shots back and forth. Slasher once more, the soulmate on the point.
Oh!
Shotzzy traded. FaZe still in this.
OpTic, take your time. You know that it's going up nice and slow. The stack is not going to be there. Just have to find an opening on these kills. The wall bait coming in from Hook. It's going up pretty quick, but it's the rookie. The rookie flies right on in. He's able to take down 2. Hook finds a 3rd. And
Nice
OpTic
break
Texas,
there from
they get it
OpTic
at the right
to
time
go up
secure
2-0.
the defensive round.
1 round
2-0
away
on
from
the map.
knocking out FaZe.
It looked like Atlanta did what they needed. It looked like it. It felt like that round was surely gonna belong to them, and then Ghosty, and then the Rook swoops in to save the day. More like Danny Phantom, striking fear into the hearts of FaZe and of the fans. Down 0-2 in the series, and down 0-2 on Elasilo.
This
My
would be
God.
the reverse sweeps
Atlanta
to begin
has
all
got
reverse
to
sweeps
hurt.
if Atlanta FaZe can pull
Considering how
this
close
off.
that you were, but Jay, it just feels like there needs to be someone in the comms, maybe just a highlight play. FaZe needs some bit of momentum, especially after a loss in a round like that.
Yeah, you need a spark. You need to try to hold OpTic Texas off of both of those points. You're already losing that battle when it comes down to the segments. But try to earn yourself some cruise missiles. go deeper into this game, but it's all about shutting down OpTic Texas on their attacking round. All of Atlanta Faze all over that A point. Rest of OpTic all over towards field, so they're just playing for these kills before they decide to go for the hop. Dashy finds the first, but Book's there for the trade. So right now, they're just having Atlanta Faze think so much. They're not ready for the pressure. That's all dead in the feed. B segment, first one already done.
Yeah, I mean, it's done, right? I mean, there's really no way the Faze ends up making another attack. Yep. They're ready to let that one go. So a B zone pretty much done. Okay, I was going to say, it looked like for Faze, a few of those arrows could begin to focus their attention back in toward the top side of the map. So no, B zone not actually done. Texas sends a few players off, and well, Faze makes him pay for it. So 2 out of the 3 figured out. Shotzi trying to hit another route. He eventually falls. Faze trying to fortify their defense, and so far, it has been solid. And right now, I was going to say, that is a big situation where a pick is needed. Again, it's Hook over the top. As now OpTic focuses their attention over toward A. Time pause, can Abizi go big? Yes, he does! A big double, a 1v1 on the point! Shotzi takes it with 2 of his own. Back and forth we go. OpTic holding down an A.
I thought Abizi was the guardian angel to protect that A point, but Shotzi with the TAC 56 just flies out and is able to find that second kill, but the rest of Atlanta Faze, they flood right on into that A point. They only allow 1 segment on, and now it's time to put on the pressure on the map with only 5 seconds left. This is looking like this round is going to potentially go over towards Atlanta. Sulliam takes down Hook, but OpTic are all over the map. They keep on stopping the clock. Once again, they're on A.
They are. Shotzi, I was going to say, he's a soul man over at the A zone, eventually drops.
Good try there from OpTic, but they never had a
They're
full
trying to go for
push.
information,
They kept
trying to
getting
cause a
one
bit more
person
havoc, set
occasionally
things
on
up
one point.
from one zone to the next, but it just makes you think if all of them are locking down things on field, an extra minute, I mean, just a slight change in the playbook very well could lead to a bit more success. But nonetheless, hindsight, but Faze finally able to cling on to something as they will stay alive for the moment.
Now Faze have to get an attack win to stay in this.
And now if you are Atlanta Faze, you're currently down by 4 segments. Got a couple players starting to turn around in the slaying department. Sulliam, I don't know if this is the first time I've ever seen the young man go negative, but 10 and 15 is not a stat line we are used to. As they go back on the attack. Nice little ace spree as a team, make it 9. Beezy takes down the first, and Beezy takes down the second. And with those 2 gunfights going their way, the stack could potentially be in for B. Perfect play so far from Atlanta.
Yeah, and you already see Beezy working over toward the top, tack in hand. A weapon that he absolutely can put to good use. That's a cruise missile now that he has earned. As Dashy will look to handle business onto him. Not going to happen. Great work from a BZ. B-zone instantly done and dusted.
B-zone is over. Now, if you are Atlanta Faze down by 1 segment, you have a cruise missile that you need to invest just so you can try to see that round number 5. OpTic Texas doing a great job of holding down their spawn. With the BZ in that position, he's probably going to pepper down a couple players, try to make those gunfights a little bit easier for his teammates, but OpTic Texas are able to walk away with those gunfights and now maintain the left side of the map control, but they don't have radio. Celium is currently in a power position. OpTic Texas have to be worried about that.
It just feels like all the Faze pieces beginning to move into the places that could lead to a very fast A capture if OpTic is not careful. Abizi on the flank. Slasher finds a pick. They know that one player has made his way up the flank, that being Hook. You deal with him, and this should surely be that A zone captured. Is this about to be a round number 2? Here comes OpTic, the final brigade, the final push. Oh, Abizi! Excellent
Atlanta
work.
Faze taking it to around 5. Can they keep this alive?
And Abizi doesn't die the entirety of the round. He ends the round on a 9 streak. He earns himself a cruise missile. We were asking for a spark, but that's a dumb question by us because we know who the spark is. It's Abizi. Ends the round on a 9 streak. Has a cruise missile to work with. Atlanta Faze now secure the defensive side where they are one of the best teams on this map. This is all about these initial gunfights, man. You have to win these initial gunfights, put OpTic Texas in the trap nice and early so that you can stabilize the game, and if anything crazy happens, you have that cruise missile to work with.
Come on, OpTic, one more round. That's all you need.
Takeover moment from Abizi.
Though on a 9 spree. Absolutely
the
shredding
team
people.
in a spot to where they can make this comeback possible. Into round 5 we go. As we said, 1 round away. Still our Faze from getting eliminated. OpTic moving forward. MC, excellent work. Does eventually drop, but it's Faze who wiped the board and are instantly applying pressure to the spawn.
Already in their base. You have Simp in control of white building. You have Slasher being aggressive up through yellow. He does take down 1, but the aggression might not come back to pay for the Atlanta Faze roster. As they go 3 dead in defeat, OpTic Texas know that Celia was definitely towards that radio tower. It's time to transition over towards B. Nothing but pressure through the middle of the map. You have to slow down if you are Atlanta Faze, because these gunfights are going to be crucial.
There indeed, everything comes to a slight pause. Some shots exchanged ringing here throughout LSC low. Some long range ones. Excellent work there from Simp. He and Abizi cut away 2. 30 seconds to work with as now OpTic begin their pursuit. Once more of the map. A few players off spawn. Currently it is Hook inside of that A zone, so stopping the time. Abizi, aggressive as you'd like. Has some great overwatch there from Slasher. Everything connecting
Great
right now
shots
from
there
Atlanta.
from Faze. Can Faze
Now, if you're
start
OpTic
the
Texas, you are
reverse sweep
forced to
here?
rotate over towards B because all of Atlanta on the left side of the map. Dashy was the farthest player pushed up. The guy that could have cut off a couple players from Atlanta Faze hitting that rotation. But Atlanta Faze looking like they're starting to come alive, man. 15
OpTic's
seconds
on
left
B.
on the round. Abizi still has a cruise
come
missile
on.
to work with. You get 1, you get out with your left, and you find yourself on another 5 spree. Ghosty's the only guy here. Ghosty makes it happen. He does find 2, so that time is still paused.
It absolutely is. Time currently paused. Both teams trying to get really all of their members off of spawn. Here comes the cruise missile. What can it do? Abizi. Oh, it doesn't find anything. No kills found. OpTic still hunkering
OpTic on
down.
A though. They got
Now
most of their guys over here at A.
They've had to relocate given the cruise missile in from the skies.
Shotzzy, 2 big
wins
kills.
the massive fight. Oh, Dashy wins the 1v1.
Dash even get another one. They got A. Only 1 tick left on B is all they need.
And this is what you got to do if you are Atlanta. You cannot go down right here. You get those whole spawns towards the back cliff. You have to win a couple of these key gunfights, and Simp and Abizi are able to combine for 3. So now if you are OpTic Texas, with only a minute left on the clock, what is your decision to try to find your way in towards this B point? It's only 1 segment away for them to make their nice little visit towards
Oh,
the grand
bad
final.
timing there for Shotzzy.
Time is starting to tick. Atlanta Faze trading
getting
efficient.
1.
Hoop found 1 though. He's gonna be the aggressor.
Once more, Texas are just
Can they
relying
push up? 35
on
seconds,
either
only
Hook
7
or
lives.
Shotzzy to make the play from the back.
Not
And
many
speaking of the
deaths.
flank this
And
time,
Abizi's up
it's
in their
Abizi
spawn.
trying to make Texas have to work for every single ounce of map positioning, putting them in a pinch. As they all begin to fall, it is 3 straight, 4 as a team. Here for
Dashy
Atlanta,
gets 1.
Shotzzy.
Ghosty gets
The
another.
speaking of hope,
Wait a
however,
second.
They are able to find 2.
15
It's
seconds.
up to Shotzzy.
Shotzzy gets
Oh my
gets
plays,
Slasher.
finding
Uh-oh.
another.
Uh-oh. This is trouble.
Shotzzy with another one.
OpTic Texas could get it here. They get it.
There it is. OpTic Texas.
They're gonna 3-0 Atlanta Faze just like that. Oh, Faze thought they had it. I thought Faze had it. My gosh, Faze gets knocked out just like that. And OpTic Texas are gonna move on and face the LA Thieves in a rematch of the winners finals in the grand finals at Major 4. That's a great match from OpTic Texas to come back there and get some wins to get their confidence up for the grand finals. Stick around. We got one more match of the day. It's going to be OpTic Texas versus LA Thieves for the finals of Major 4. Stick around for more Call of Duty action.